to our webinar, The Circular Business Design Model for Youth Workers. Today, we'll focus on creating a circular business model and how this concept can be integrated into non-formal learning activities by youth workers. I'm Zita Bertha, an associate professor in STEM education and leadership. Anita Philson, an expert in youth education, is joining me. Hi, Anita. How are you today? It's great to have you here. Today, you've had a fascinating journey from working with children and youth to setting up your yoga business. So could you start by sharing a bit about your background and your approach to non-formal learning activities?
Thanks, Zita. I'm really excited to be here. My background is in youth work, where I focused on implementing non-formal learning activities. The idea behind these activities is that people, especially children and youth, learn best through active hands-on experience. This approach empowers them to plan and carry out their activities, helping them realize that they can make decisions and solve personally meaningful problems.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Could you explain some methods you have used, such as Montessori and HighScope, and how these benefit youth?
Absolutely. The Montessori method, developed by Maria Montessori, emphasizes child-led learning. In Montessori learning spaces, children and youth choose activities based on their interest, and they work independently. The environment is carefully prepared to encourage independence, exploration, and hands-on learning. Materials are designed to be self-correcting, allowing children and youth to learn through their experiences. Currently, most Montessori programs begin at the early childhood level at 3. However, there are also programs for each stage, including youth to 18. There are various child developmental milestones, or the Montessori planes of development. The first plane is from birth to 6, early childhood, called the absorbent mind. The second plane, ages 6 to 12. This childhood phase is called the cautious imagination. The third plane includes 12 to 18. The adolescence phase is called new identity. And the fourth plane includes ages 18 to 24, and it's called the maturity plane. Montessori observed numerous characteristics and milestones in each plane of development. Youth are those between the ages of 15 to 24, and the fourth plane of development, ages 18 to 24, is marked by the acquisition of economic independence. So I want to focus on the third plane. So the third plane is a creative period characterized by an effort to construct a social personality beyond childhood. These adolescents strive for social and economic independence and a sense of control of their lives. Common sensitivities include social justice, heroes and role models, personal dignity, and a sense of belonging. The primary goal of the Montessori method of the third plane is to recognize the youth unrest and finding ways to address the problems and concerns. Changes in behavior must be seen as normal passageways to maturity, not as problems. Recognizing that academic growth will only occur when the adolescent social and emotional needs are met is important. The HighScope method, on the other hand, is based on active participatory learning. Although this method is widely known for its effective use in early childhood, it was originally established as a camp program for youth. Psychologist and educator David Welkart founded HighScope Summer Camp in the 1960s, which is today known as the Institute for Ideas. Welkart pioneered the positive youth development approach in providing summer learning experiences in the arts and sciences to thousands of youth from diverse culture and socioeconomic backgrounds. In HighScope programs, children and youth, they are encouraged to make choices about their learning activities. The day structures around the plan, do, review sequence, where children and youth plan what they want to do. They carry out their plans and they can review what they did and learned. The method promotes critical thinking, problem solving, and a sense of ownership over their learning. However, we must train youth workers before implementing effective non-formal learning activities. Welkart invented the youth program quality intervention, an effective research-based approach. Research showed that engaging in the prepare, assess, plan, and improve sequence significantly improve the quality of the youth programs by helping youth workers focus and to improve the activity of their programs. Yeah, I've also used other active learning methods such as project-based and experiential learning. These methods involve youth in real-world projects and experiences, fostering deep engagement and practical skills.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you so much for all the information. Coming from a STEM background, I love hearing about project-based and hands-on learning methods. These three methods that you described, the Montessori and the HighScope, sound very, very interesting and very engaging. So how do these methods you just mentioned specifically benefit youth?
These methods benefit youth by fostering independence, confidence, and critical thinking. When children and youth are given the freedom to make choices and take responsibility for their learning, they develop a stronger sense of self-efficiency. They learn to trust their abilities to make decisions and to solve problems. This active engagement also helps them retain information better and develop the love for learning. Moreover, these methods promote social and emotional skills as students often work collaboratively and learn to communicate and cooperate with others.
That's very interesting. These non-formal learning methods are strongly linked to the circular economy business design model. The Montessori and HighScope methods emphasize creating meaningful learner-centered experiences. This mirrors the value proposition aspect in circular business model, where businesses offer products or services that solve customer problems while minimizing environmental impact. Could you give us an example of how youth workers can implement this circular business design model in their activities?
Yes, of course. I recommend implementing a group project introducing youth to the circular economy and its principles and explaining how they can apply them in their daily lives and future careers. The activity could start with a brief presentation or video explaining the circular economy. It could emphasize key concepts like waste minimization, resource efficiency, and sustainability, using real work examples such as companies that have adopted circular business models. Then facilitate a discussion on why the circular economy is important. Ask questions like how can we reduce waste in our daily lives? And what are some examples of circular economy practices you have seen? After this, the interactive workshop can be implemented. Divide youth into small groups and assign each group a task to create something useful for recycled materials. It's important to provide guidelines on upcycling and encourage creativity. Then each group will present their upcycled product and explain how it aligns with the principles of the circular economy. For example, youth could create upcycled planters. This activity aims to teach youth about upcycling by transforming discarded materials into useful items, promoting creativity and sustainability. The benefits of this activity include environmental awareness, youth learn about waste reduction and resource efficiency, creativity, encourages creative thinking and problem solving. Sustainability demonstrates the practical application of circular economy principles, and community engagement can be expanded to involve the community, creating a larger impact.
Oh, thanks so much for these examples. They are great. They sound like really good projects for youth. So teaching youth the difference between upcycling and recycling would also be important, in my opinion, because based on our research, most people struggle to identify these two concepts differences. So I would just quickly like to cover this. Recycling is converting waste materials into new materials and objects. This often involves breaking the original item into its raw components and manufacturing a new product from these raw materials, whereas upcycling transforms waste materials or unwanted products into new items of higher quality or value without breaking them down into their raw components. So just like you in your project example of creating upcycled planters, Youth can use original items such as old plastic bottles or tins and creatively repurpose them to creating something new, which serves a new purpose. So we can teach youth that recycling reduces the need for raw materials and minimizes waste, but the process can be energy intensive, whilst upcycling further reduces waste and extends the life of materials with minimal environmental impact due to the lower energy requirement. Anita, your non-formal learning activities are deeply interconnected with the principles of the circular economy. The described upcycling project demonstrates how existing materials can be creatively repurposed, a key aspect of extending product life cycles in a circular business model. It also aligns with the principles of waste minimization, collaboration, innovation, by demonstrating the potential for creativity in developing circular business models, and customer engagement by using methods that engage youth in their own learning. This aspect will really enable them to educate and engage their friends and family about the benefits of circular products and services, creating a snowball effect and encouraging participation in recycling programs and sustainable practices within their community. So what advice would you give to youth workers looking to implement these methods and promote sustainability?
My advice to youth workers would be to start by creating a learning environment that encourages exploration, independence, and responsibility. Use methods like Montessori and HighScope to empower youth to take charge of their learning. Integrate sustainability into their activities by using durable materials and promote practices that minimize waste. Also, lead by example. Show your commitment to sustainability through your actions and your choices. Engage youth in discussion about the importance of sustainability and how they can make a difference. Finally, be flexible and open to feedback. Non-formal learning is about meeting the needs of the learners, so be ready to adapt, to innovate, based on their interests and the changing environment.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Anita, for your insight and valuable information. We hope you enjoyed this session. Bye for now.
Bye. Thank you.